As you know, custom audio cables are very expensive. You can easily spend up to $100 for a single cable. And if you want to use different sources that have various headphone connections, that means getting separate cables. The cost mounts up pretty quickly. Imagine you have the Hi-Fi Man Sundara. You may have a cheap DAP and then buy another one that has balanced output. Then let's say you buy a balanced amplifier like the 789. If you wanted to use your Sundara with 3.5mm, 2.5mm, 4.4mm, and XLR connections, then you would typically have to buy a separate cable for each connection. But Hart Audio Cables has a system that does away with all of this. You buy one cable and a kit that includes all connection types. It's an ingenious, effective, practical solution to overpriced audio cables. I have switched all of my cable purchases to Hart Audio. So far, they have made every cable I have requested. From the Hi-Fi Man Diva's balanced 3.5mm cable, to the LCD-1, to the odd wiring on the Monolith M1570, to the Aventone Planar, Hart Audio was able to make cables for each of these headphones. I am a big fan of this company and will continue to promote them as long as they keep making good products and provide good customer service. James Alvarado at Hart Audio told me that he has started implementing upgrades to his cables. I received some cables with those upgrades and want to tell you about them. There are 3 alterations. First, there is the new Y-split. The original Hart cables had a fake carbon coating on the Y-split. The new split is more robust and does away with the fake carbon veneer. Second, the headphone connectors are different. James said that they should look and feel nicer than the originals. Third, the cables are lighter. Hart Audio is still using the same cable wiring as before, but the sheathing is different. As I compared the new cables to the older variants, I can see and feel the changes. I never thought that the Y-split was a problem, but the new split certainly looks more professional, and it seems to be a little bit more sturdy. The connectors seem to snap into place a little bit tighter. On the kit adapters, you can tell that there are differences. The older adapters have the Hart Audio name. The new adapters have a Hart Audio logo instead. The cables are indeed a little lighter. More importantly, they are more flexible than the older variant. There is less memory to the new cables. They are easier to manipulate. The alterations are not night and day, but are obvious. I would not call any of these a major upgrade. It's not like Hart has completely changed its cabling. These are minor tweaks, and that is essentially how James sees it. When I spoke to James, he repeatedly said that his goal is to improve his products based upon customer feedback. He wants to make changes where he can. James mentioned that he does not want and did not have any plans to increase the price for these upgrades. Some of the new materials used for his cables cost more than before, but he says he's prepared to eat that additional cost so that his customers still get the same affordable price as before. Moreover, James mentioned he has some other ideas for his company. I cannot share what he told me, but I can verify that James has some excellent ideas. What he described would be a major shift, and assuming it works out the way that we discussed, then Hart Audio Cables could radically change how audiophiles deal with cable companies. It is very exciting to hear James talk about his company and where he wants to take it. If you notice, a lot of brands sit back and stay with what works. Experimentation is not something that they are willing to do. This brings consistency, but also leaves the hobby stagnant. The fact that James seems willing, eager, and is in the works to make significant changes for the community demonstrates that he is not going to promote the status quo. I wish Hart Audio Cables the best. I will continue to buy and use their products. And whenever I am allowed, I will let everyone know about Hart's fantastic new plans. Until then, go check out Hart Audio Cables. Do the math. These guys are genuinely nice people with genuinely good products in the correct price bracket.